welcome back to my channel. If you are new, babe, hit the subscribe button because you're gonna want to stay. If you're returning, hey besties, it's so good to see you again. We're back with another meal prep. I know I've been gone for the last 2 weeks, but don't worry, you're getting all of the recipes that I made in these last 2 weeks in one video. So okay, I was traveling and also just not feeling the greatest, and so now I'm back. We're back and we're better than ever. You will get another meal prep next week, I promise. We're also not going to talk about what I look like right now. It's wash day and my hair is just, a mess. So we're just, I've had better hair days, okay? But we're not here for that. I'm giving you guys a few, well, actually more than a few, maybe like 5 or 6 recipes in this video, and I think you're gonna love them because I loved them. And I would never get on here and put you onto some nasty food, okay? I would never do that to you. Okay? That's just... And I'm not even gonna keep this intro long because I know what you're here for. You're here to see the food. So you guys can pause to read the disclaimer here. Also, my recipes will be down below in the description box. So if you're interested in that, you guys can click the link down below. It's a PDF and it's like all nicely laid out for you. I just wrote out my recipes and all of that. So definitely check that out. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Okay, this is not even a recipe, but I figured I would just include it because it is something that I ate this past week and it carried me, okay? Carried me. I'm making some high protein breakfast boxes that's packed with protein yogurt, granola, hard-boiled eggs, and fruit of choice. I used some frozen blueberries, and you're actually gonna see them again in this video because frozen blueberries have had me in a chokehold. These are all the things that you're gonna need. You can go ahead and assemble it as you want. I always top my yogurt with cinnamon because I don't like the taste of yogurt without cinnamon. And then, it was just as easy as putting everything in a box, popping it in the fridge, and then pulling it out of the fridge and eating it when I was ready. Moving right on into the next recipe, I am making a sweet chili sauce. It definitely needs some tweaking, but it wasn't bad for my first time. So here you guys are gonna get the recipe. All the ingredients are here on the screen. We're starting by toasting our red chili flakes. And red chili flakes is that girl. She's my favorite seasoning ever. It's not a meal prep with Ree if the chili flakes are not present. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add my water, my vinegar, sugar, and soy sauce, garlic and ginger, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring it to a boil. This took about maybe like 3 minutes. I just really want the sugar to dissolve completely, give you guys some texture shots. It's not looking much like a sauce just yet. It's really, really loose at this time, but we're gonna go ahead and allow it to boil just a little bit more, and then we are going to add a cornstarch slurry that has cornstarch, water, and soy sauce to thicken it up, and thicken it does. I actually had to switch to a whisk because it started to get thick and I wanted to make sure that I was getting the texture and the consistency right, and y'all, the sauce was really, really good. For my first time, not too bad. So of course I didn't make the sauce just to have the sauce in the house. I'm making some sweet chili shrimp, and I'm just right now taking some peeled shrimp and I'm seasoning them with the seasonings on the screen, and I'm gonna go ahead and give them a good mix. You guys already know what we do on this channel. We season with love, all right? Be careful with your salty seasonings, but all the other ones that don't have salt, go ham. Have a blast. This part is self-explanatory. Y'all know how to cook shrimp. If you don't, I'm sauteing mine in a non-stick skillet with a little bit of olive oil over medium heat, and I'm standing over the stove, not walking away because y'all know me, I will burn a protein, okay? I will burn a protein on this channel. So with shrimp don't take that long to cook, so I maybe let them cook 2 to 3 minutes per side. This size shrimp was kind of small, so they cooked rather quickly. And then I'm going to go in and pour that sweet chili sauce on top because that was the whole point of me making it, and we're gonna go ahead and let it glaze up the pan, glaze up the shrimp, and do its thing. So the way I chose to serve my sweet chili shrimp is I'm making these cucumber sushi boats. I've been really seeing them everywhere, specifically on Pinterest. And today was the day I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. So I took a whole cucumber and I'm scraping out all the seeds and putting in some sushi rice, and then going ahead and topping it off with the shrimp and a little bit extra of that sauce, because y'all, the sauce was really actually pretty good. Like, I think I'll definitely do some tweaking later on, but this was really like a 20 out of 10. Such a a good little snack just to have in your repertoire. Next up, we are making some salmon burgers. I've never made a salmon burger, so this was definitely an experience for me, especially because I don't have a food processor. But you know what? Every single time we're gonna do what it do, okay? We're gonna get it done. These are all of the ingredients that you're gonna need. Don't worry, the recipes are down below in a PDF. I'll also have them on the screen when I'm getting ready to like mix everything up together. But you guys see what we're working with right here. Basics like salmon, breadcrumbs, seasonings, the works. So first things first, we have to prep our produce that's going on the inside of our patty. So I have some red bell pepper followed up by a red onion, because one thing about it, anytime I make a burger, I'm gonna pack as many veggies in as I possibly can. I just feel like the flavor's there, but also just making sure that I'm getting my veggies in for the day, like the amount of veggies that I'm supposed to be getting in, you know what I'm saying? Because I have been slacking a little bit. And then also some flat leaf parsley. You can use spinach, you can use cilantro, but for me, cilantro can be a bit overpowering, so parsley worked perfect. And then it's time to tackle the salmon. If you have a food processor, please use it, okay? Because this right here, I don't recommend. Although I really did like the texture that I got from manually by hand having to cut my salmon. It just took a long time. It's gonna look like 30 seconds for y'all, but baby, I was in that kitchen. I said, oh, we're done here. We're done here. But you're gonna go ahead. I liked mine kind of chunky, so a few of the pieces I made really like ground up, but then there was one fillet that I just kept kind of chunky because I like the texture that it gave when it cooks. So going ahead, however you're gonna cut your salmon, you can do it by hand. Just be prepared to be up there for a minute. But we're gonna go ahead, mince this up, and then I'll pop back in when we're ready to assemble. Okay, so here are the ingredients. We're gonna add some spicy mustard. Technically, it's supposed to be Dijon. I only had like a teaspoon of Dijon, so I did half spicy, half Dijon. And I'm adding my veggies, some QP mayo, however you say it, and then the seasonings of choice. And you know how we season? How do we season on this channel? That's right, with love. And then I'm using some panko. I think the next time I make these, because I will be making them again, I think the next time I'm gonna try regular breadcrumbs instead of the panko. I just wanna see if it like gives a textural difference, but either way, still good. But I definitely, that's like, you know, we're just recipe testing, I guess, for now. But give it a good mix, and once it's all mixed up together, we're gonna go ahead and form 4 patties, and we're gonna form them in our hands, and y'all know how that works, so go on ahead, do that. And then we're gonna sear them in a pan with a little bit of olive oil. I don't know what happened to this footage here. I don't know if my frame was off. I don't know what's going on, but it literally looks crazy. It won't be like this for much longer. But I was like, what is happening? Is my, like, I don't know. It looks just very strange, and I tried to fix it, but I didn't know if the file got corrupted. But either way, you see what we're doing. Sear it on both sides and cook until it's done. We want to make sure that it's completely cooked. Then to serve it up, I really wanted some french fries, but we're trying to watch our figure. So I have some cucumber fries, and then I'm gonna wrap it in some iceberg lettuce, topped with tomatoes, avocado, and then I'm just trying to figure out how many things I can put this sweet chili sauce on, and it worked on this burger too. So we added it on there, and baby, 10 out of 10. This recipe might be probably my favorite, okay? I've never met a taco that I did not like, and shrimp tacos with mango salsa, chef's kiss. Here is my shrimp. I've already peeled it, and I am seasoning it with love. Here are the seasonings on the screen. Again, just watch your salty seasonings, but all them other ones, baby, have a party. Once you've seasoned it, drizzle with a little bit of olive oil, and then go ahead and give it a really good mix. I let my shrimp marinate overnight. You don't have to do that. Just let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes before you cook it. But letting it marinate overnight was a game changer, okay? Not a requirement, but definitely good. As my shrimp is marinating, I'm gonna go ahead and do all of the chopping and prep work that goes into making a mango salsa. I don't know if it's redundant if you guys want to keep seeing me chop, so I'm just going to do a time lapse of me chopping my veggies, but I'm chopping some red bell pepper, red onions, cilantro, jalapeno, and then we're gonna try, well, I mean, I've already done it, but I was really struggling to chop a mango. It's just, I don't know, you'll see it in a second. But yeah, let's go ahead and chop this up and then we'll get together when it's time to assemble. To a large mixing bowl, we're gonna go ahead and add all of our chopped veggies, and I'm also gonna add about a teaspoon of lime zest, a tablespoon of garlic, and then season again with love. One of the flavorings that actually has repeated itself a couple times in this on my channel is the chili lime seasoning. I'm using the Trader Joe's, but it's basically the same thing as tahini. So if you have tahini, use that, but the Trader Joe's chili lime seasoning is thebomb.com. Then I'm gonna use the juice of 2 limes. You can do that to taste, but I liked mine like very limey, if that's a word. If it's not, just shh, okay? We're not grammar police, okay? We're here for the meal preps. And then we're gonna go ahead and give this a really good mix. Look at the texture shot, she looks so good, and that's because she is good. Then again, y'all already know how to cook shrimp. Stand by the stove, make sure you don't walk away. I should have did this in 2 batches, I didn't, be better than me. But just cook it 2 to 3 minutes on each side and then remove from the heat, and y'all got some cooked shrimp. Now time to assemble. Grab your favorite tortilla. Don't ask me what brand mine are. I don't know. And I don't even remember buying them. I've had them for a while, so they're probably old. That's okay. Then you're gonna top with some cabbage, a few pieces of shrimp, and then pile on the main character, okay? The main character being the salsa. Y'all, she's so good. She's so good. Like, it makes me want to go grab one right now. And I might, because I still have some left over. But y'all, this was so good. The mango salsa holds up really, really well in the fridge, and so does the shrimp. I've actually had it in the fridge for the last 4 days, and I'm down to literally my last little bit, and the integrity of the food is still there. I think I have a problem, because one thing about it, I'm gonna dip me some fruit and some chocolate, okay? I'm gonna do every variation of this little snack dessert that I can. I am mixing some frozen blueberries with some protein yogurt with a little bit of cinnamon, and we're dipping them in like a chocolate shell. I don't know, it just seems very on brand, because if it's chocolate, it's for me. But you've also got a similar recipe in the last meal prep and the meal prep before that. I don't know, there's no really complaints here. I just feel like it just goes with anything. Anything tastes good if it's dipped in chocolate. So yeah, go on ahead, mix up your frozen blueberries. You could use fresh, but the frozen worked better for me. Some yogurt and the cinnamon, and then you're gonna form some patties, which I think makes it easier if you use the frozen blueberries, because then they're easier to form. And then in a little ramekin, I'm gonna go ahead and break up 2 milk chocolate bars and 1 dark chocolate bar. Something about that 85% cocoa bar that's gonna do it for me every time. It's like the perfect amount of bitter and chocolate richness to offset the sweet of milk chocolate, and it's just good. It's just real good. Then you're gonna go ahead, you can use coconut oil, or you don't have to use any coconut oil. It doesn't really matter, because the chocolate will harden on the frozen fruit, won't matter. So you can omit it. I know some people have allergies to coconut. You don't have to use it, okay? You could even use olive oil if you wanted to thin the chocolate out realistically, but it's not necessary. Then go on ahead and dip all of your patties. I'm putting mine on a little baking rack so the rest of the chocolate can drip off. I need to figure out or find a better setup, because this just looks kind of a mess. But you know what? Just putting a couple of pieces of plastic wrap underneath makes for easy cleanup in the end, and you shouldn't care what it looks like. I shouldn't care what it looks like, but you know, I feel like I should just have it more together, and I don't. But either way, it doesn't change the fact that the dessert was delicious, okay? This made about 10 patties for me, and I basically just pop them in the freezer, and I hold them in the freezer all week until I'm ready to have them. And this is what they look like. It looks a little bit like frostbite right now. That's just because I had just taken them from out of the freezer, but usually I let them sit for like 15 minutes, and they're like perfect, and they start to defrost, and the chocolate is soft, and the yogurt on the inside is a little bit softer too. Yeah. Alright, so that's gonna conclude this week's meal prep video. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below what was your favorite dish. I'm in between the shrimp tacos and the chocolate covered blueberry yogurt bark. I mean, all of them are really like super duper good, but those two, like, they've been on my mind heavy lately, okay? Definitely let me know down in the comment section. Also, if you guys have any food recommendations, recipe recommendations that you would like me to try out on my channel, please let me know, because you also know that I'm looking for food inspiration as well. And with that being said, I love you guys, and I'm gonna leave you off here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also, be sure to turn on your post notifications. That way you can be notified every time I drop a new video. And until next time, babes, I'll see you in my next.